Wildfire smoke cuts the season short for a popular lodge in Glacier National Park. Plus, thousands flee their homes as the Rice Ridge Fire creeps closer to Seeley Lake. And the governor is expected to ask agencies for another 10% cut in spending.
Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on KAJ, Montana's news leader.
Good evening, I'm Ariana Lake. One of Glacier National Park's most iconic and popular lodges is closing up for the season early due to smoky conditions. Xanterra Parks and Resorts made the announcement this evening saying Lake McDonald Lodge is being greatly impacted by the smoke from the Sprague fire. This fire is not and has not been an immediate threat to the Lake McDonald area. However, officials say that concentrated smoke from the fire has been settling near the lodge, prompting health concerns for both employees and visitors. According to a park release, the lodge will be closing for the season tomorrow. Visitors with reservations for Lake McDonald Lodge should contact Glacier National Park lodges through the website on your screen or that phone number. Now, preparing for unstable weather is the focus on the Sprague fire burning in Glacier National Park. The fire perimeter is estimated at 1,575 acres. Yesterday, it saw a small increase of about 50 acres, with the fire slowly backing its way down Lincoln Ridge into the Lincoln drainage. A Northern Rockies Type 2 wildland fire management team is overseeing this fire. The potential for dry lightning and windy weather is concerning crews tonight on the Gibraltar Ridge fire. That's the one burning in Lincoln County. According to today's fire report, officials have not been able to do an infrared flight to map this fire lately because of higher priority fires in the area. Officials say while the fire perimeter has remained relatively stable, they can't give an exact update on the actual perimeter and acres involved. The latest containment they had was listed at 27%, with 5,112 acres burned about 7 miles east of Eureka. And critical fire danger is a major concern heading into the next few days. Chief Meteorologist Erin Yost has more on what we saw today and what else she's tracking. Erin?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Some critical fire danger just ahead. Now today, little scary seeing some lightning on the radar. We did see a couple of dry thunderstorms roll through. There may or may not be a new fire start along the lower Clark Fork region in between kind of Thompson Falls and Superior. We did get some lightning out there today. This is what we're worried about here again tomorrow, with some more isolated thunderstorm development as a cold front approaches. Now after that front moves through, we're dealing with post-frontal breezy conditions into Thursday. So these next 2 days, very critical fire danger days. Got a forecast update coming up.
Thanks, Erin. 1,000 homes in the Seeley Lake area have been evacuated since late last night because of the Rice Ridge fire. Emergency officials say residents should be on alert and ready to go. Take a look at this map. It'll give you an idea of the evacuations. There are about 1,090 homes and buildings threatened by this blaze. The mandatory evacuation orders are for 1,000 residences as of news time. We have them listed further in detail on our website, KAJ18.com. This fire has burned more than 30,000 acres. It's less than 25% contained tonight. And as conditions continue to deteriorate with the Rice Ridge fire, crews are confident they can get a handle on this fire before any structures are lost. MDN's Don Fisher shows us the plan for the rest of the week.
So firefighters are in this area with some equipment. They're working on flanking it.
Fire Information Officer Aaron Fryer joins about 600 other crew members from John Thompson's incident management team who took over the fight against the Rice Ridge fire near Seeley Lake last week. An already exhausting fire season took its latest dangerous turn while crews were attempting to burn control lines Monday. Winds were initially carrying the fire as planned, but suddenly shifted, forcing the fire south towards many already threatened structures. Fryer says this prompted a quick but necessary evacuation.
It was sudden and unexpected, and we felt like it was best to make the call early so that we could get people out in an orderly fashion than waiting until the fire was too close.
And despite the hasty turn of events, Fryer says crews did have success fighting the fire since arriving on scene, and they hope to build on that momentum.
Certainly that activity has picked up, but the firefighters have also made some great strides in the last week, and we've been able to increase our containment lines as well. So we've really taken opportunities and made the most of them and actually tried to be as efficient as possible with the firefighters that we had on the fire.
And Fryer says there likely won't be any breaks for firefighters anytime soon, as weather conditions are continuing to be unfavorable throughout the rest of the week.
But the reality is that we need to know and have a better idea of what the fire is doing and get some of the lines in. We want to make sure that we don't bring people back into the area too early and then have to do this all over again. But we certainly don't want to keep people out any longer than possible.
In Seeley Lake, Don Fisher, MTN News.
Of course, this fire having a huge impact. Missoula County Public Schools announcing that Seeley Swan High School students won't be hitting the books until next Tuesday. Classes were canceled today after the Rice Ridge fire flared up last night, landing the school in the middle of a mandatory evacuation zone. MCPS spokeswoman Hatton Littman says classes will be canceled on Wednesday and Thursday due to evacuation orders issued by the Missoula County Sheriff's Office. The school is already set to be closed on Friday and Monday for the Labor Day holiday. Rescue efforts continue in Texas tonight as Harvey continues to take aim at the Gulf Coast. The deadly storm is now dumping heavy rain over parts of Texas and southern Louisiana. All day, rescue crews in Houston use helicopters, boats, and trucks to reach those stranded by rising water. Rescues became even more complicated when 2 reservoirs overflowed and a levee failed, sending more water into neighborhoods where people are still trying to escape. Along with the water, the death toll from Harvey is also rising. At least 22 people have died. That number is expected to increase. The center of the storm is expected to track back inland over southeast Texas tonight or early tomorrow before things finally clear out a little bit by Thursday. Brand new tonight at 10, Montana's state budget is headed toward deficit spending, and that means Governor Steve Bullock will be asking state agencies for spending cuts. MTN News has learned that the Bullock administration will announce tomorrow it's asking executive agencies to submit plans to cut their budgets by 10%. Sources tell us that the plans will be submitted next week and could be implemented as soon as this year. The state budget is in trouble because tax revenue is not meeting expectations and because of escalating firefighting costs this summer. Any cuts apparently would be in addition to nearly $70 million in cuts already imposed this year because tax revenue fell short of targets on June 30th. These cuts would affect most state agencies and the university system, but not the legislature, judicial branch, or state funding for public schools. Back here in the Flathead Valley, a popular campground temporarily closes after a black bear was reported coming too close to campsites searching for food. MTN's Nicole Miller has more on the Tally Lake campground closure.
Due to bear activity, the Tally Lake campground and day use area is temporarily closing for public safety.
Over the period of last week, we were hearing reports from campers talking to the Camp Coast about a black bear that had been coming into occupied campsites.
Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks are attempting to trap the bear.
They have a trap, a culvert trap, and so they're attempting to trap the bear, that then they hopefully can remove it.
This campsite is one of the areas the bear was seen foraging for food. Campers here say they tried making noises to scare the bear, but he showed no fear towards humans and refused to leave. Until the bear is gone, forest officials are temporarily closing the campground's 40 sites and day use area, and many have had their stay cut short, like Tanya Dubé and her family from Alberta, Canada.
We're heading back to Canada. We're going to try to find another campground for a couple nights before we head home, but we would have stayed another night for sure.
The campground will remain closed until the situation changes. Forest officials say it's a reminder of how important it is to put food away.
It's a reminder to all of us to the importance of securing food and any other attractants so that bears don't get a food reward and aren't habituated into coming to places that people like to recreate.
Reporting from Tally Lake Campground, Nicole Miller, MTN News.
You can check out our website for more details on how to be bear aware. And coming up next on KAJ, Aaron has more details about the gusty winds and the potential for thunderstorms tomorrow. Plus, when Hurricane Harvey came, one couple's baby refused to wait out the storm. Their story is next. And later, a look at some of the unique challenges doctors in Montana face when it comes to treating their rural